In this video, we are looking back at 2024, all the numbers, home sales, prices, days on the market, and we're going to look ahead a little bit to 2025. No one has a crystal ball, but we're going to see what we might be able to learn from past historical numbers of the whole year of 2024 and what's coming in 2025. This video could be important to you if you are thinking of buying or selling, whether you're moving to the Lynchburg, Virginia area or investing in the Lynchburg, Virginia area. If you're thinking about doing that in 2025, this video could give you some good insights into what has been happening last year and what's going on now. I am going to tell you right up front, we are currently in a seller's market. However, if you have watched any videos on this channel, you may have heard me say my two favorite words. Do you remember what they are?
I don't know. I don't know.
It depends. It depends. The more local we get, the more hyper local and sensitive we get, the more it depends. The more we get into a specific neighborhood, the more we look at a specific house, it depends. Whatever our questions are, the more refined we get and the more detailed we get, it's going to have an effect on what's going on in the market today. Even though I've told you it is currently a seller's market, there are some houses that are sticking around on the market longer. I did a halfway through 2024 video back halfway through 2024. I'll put the link here and also you can find it on the channel. But what you should know about that is when I did that video in June or July, all right, it was July, we had 686 residential properties that were active on the market. In early January 2025, we had 602 active residential listings.
Is that good?
Well, Radar, it depends who you are. That could be great if you're the seller, but not so great if you're a buyer looking for a home. And in fact, as I make this video, we're right around that 602 to 610 mark on current active residential listings. And so here we find ourselves again with the words, it depends, because low supply equals what? Well, that's not true. I was going to say low supply equals high demand, and that's not true. You could have low supply and low demand. If you have low supply and high demand, then you have increased prices. So the current low inventory, if we have a lot of buyers out there looking, the low inventory, high demand could equal increased prices for homes. Speaking of supply and demand, let's talk about supply and demand of me just briefly. If you're interested in working together, you have my name and number and email. You can reach out to me at any time. I will either answer the phone or I will get back to you as soon as possible. And if you take time to watch these videos, even if you're not thinking of buying or selling, maybe you just live in Lynchburg, Virginia, or you have a heart for Lynchburg, Virginia, like the fine folks I ran into in Kroger the other night, very nice people who said hello. If that's you, thank you for watching. And if you haven't done so yet, you can hit that subscribe button or like or drop a comment or a thought or a question if you're thinking about anything during this video with all these numbers that we're talking about. Now, I mentioned right up front that it is currently a seller's market. Let's just look at some numbers. How do we know if it's a seller's market, a buyer's market, or a balanced market? Well, a balanced market would be 5 to 7 months of supply of for sale homes on the market. A seller's market would mean there are less than 5 months supply of homes on the market, and a buyer's market would mean there are over 7 months of supply of homes on the market. There's a term that is important here. It's called absorption rate. Absorption rate. You can find the absorption rate by taking the average number of sales per month and dividing it by the current number of properties available on the market. And essentially it's saying how quickly would all the homes on the market that are for sale be absorbed into the sold side of things, and therefore we would be left with 0 homes available on the market. How quickly does that happen? As a percentage, anything above 20% is considered a seller's market. Well, January to June 2024, we were at a 41% absorption rate. And from July to December, we were at a 45% absorption rate. So that is saying seller's market. Here are some numbers for the second half of 2024. We had 1,711 homes sold. That's an average of 285 homes per month. So when we do the absorption rate formula, at the time of me writing down data, it was 285 divided by 627, although we're actually a little lower than 627 right now, but we'll use 627, and we come up with 2.2 months of supply. That is not a lot. Remember, balanced is 5 to 7. Above 7, buyer's market. Below 5, seller's market. We're only at 2.2 months of supply. So if all the homes out there were the only homes available and no more homes were added to the market for sale, we would only have 2.2 months, and then there'd be nothing available for sale.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If you look at the numbers nationally, for 2024, we were between 3.0 and 4.1 months of supply. So when we compare Lynchburg to the nation, the MLS system here in Lynchburg still have less months of supply than nationally. In case you don't know, let's take a quick look at how the National Association of Realtors gets their numbers and divides up the country into regions. When you take a look at this map right here, you can see we have a West, Midwest, Northeast, and South region. And not surprisingly, Lynchburg falls in the south, although we were at the northern tip of that southern region. Now again, thinking about national numbers compared to local numbers here in Lynchburg, Virginia, let's talk about median sales price. For all of 2024, the existing homes, not new construction, existing homes, median sales price nationally was $407,500. For the southern region, the existing homes, median sales price for the southern region was $363,000. Before you keep watching, do you think Lynchburg is going to be higher or lower than that? Well, for Lynchburg, I combine existing homes and new home sales, and the median sales price for all of 2024 was $289,900. What does that tell us? It tells us that on an affordability scale, Lynchburg, Virginia could be a great place for you to live. You can find a home at a much lower cost than you can regionally or nationally. Or maybe even it could be a great place for you to invest in. Now let's take a look at the last 10 years of home sales in the Lynchburg, Virginia area. Here we have our bar graph, and it goes from $155,000 up to $289,900, the median price, again, I told you, for 2024. But look at that growth from 2015 to 2024. If you look at the number of sold properties now during that time frame, you're going to see we started out at around 2,800, and we got to a high peak in 2020 and 2021 with those crazy COVID years, and last year we were at 3,460. And then days on the market. That's an interesting stat right there as well. Days on the market go from back in 2015, 85 median days on the market, to our lowest point, 2021 and 2022, when we were at 6 days on the market, 2023, 7 median days on the market, and last year we were at 13 median days on the market. And then we can talk about the year-over-year change. What happened year over year as far as the value of the homes that were sold based on the for sale prices. Check that out. Start out there at 2015 to 2016. The year over year, only 2.8%. But then it creeps up until we get to those crazy COVID years again, 10.0%, 13.7%, 10.0%. And last year, we were still at 5.4%. So that means a house that sold 1 year ago, today, or in 2024, a year later, it was an increase in sales price of 5.4%. On average, in general, or on median, in general, you can generally think about real estate increasing 2.5% to 5% in value every year, unless you have something catastrophic happen where the value drops, or you do something incredible where you increase the value. But those crazy COVID years, man, 2020 to 2023, it was an exponential growth in value. I don't know if or when we're going to see something like that again, but even if it's just a regular year, 2.5 to 5% growth, and that's if you do nothing to the property. If you can do something to make it a little more valuable, increase the value, you add some updates, amenities, add a bedroom, add a bathroom, garage, something like that, then it could increase the value even more. When we are talking about median homes in the Lynchburg, Virginia MLS system, we are generally talking about a 3-bed, 2-bath home around 1,700 to 1,800 square feet. Sometimes it's a 3-bed, 3-bath home, depending on what I'm running during the week. And again, that square footage can fluctuate from 16 to 18, 1900 square feet. Probably 1800 is high on the median home size as far as square feet. So let me just give you some data here for 2024. If we're looking at homes that are a little bigger than our median home, you can see here a home 2,500 to almost 3,000 square feet. We had 316 sales of homes that size in 2024, and that median price was $395,000. For homes 3,000 feet or bigger, we had 403 sales of those homes in 2024, and that price, median price, was $557,000. And overall, we had a total of 3,460 homes sold in 2024. Those homes, those bigger homes, 2,500 and up, days on the market, the median was 18. Now, you think about days on the market, median days on the market, just so we think about it, I think, properly. Even though there are a little bit higher days on the market than the past 2 or 3 years, we have gone below 20 days on the market for median days on the market since 2020, and we have not popped back above 20 median days on the market for the last 5 years. So homes are not sticking around that long, and our inventory is still pretty low. Now, would it make any sense to do a 2024 review video and talk about 2025 without talking about interest rates? I don't think so. So let's take a quick look at interest rates. You can see here, back in 2015, we're down at 3.7, 3.5%, and then it crawls along and kind of creeps up and down until we hit those crazy COVID years where that thing drops from the 4s to the 3s to the even 2s in some cases here. It got crazy in 2021, 2022, and then we have come back up to an interest rate around 6, 7%. We've kind of peaked at 7. Currently, we're sitting at 6.95% as a 30-year fixed rate average while I'm making this video. Now, again, interest rates are something that really takes my 2 favorite words into account. It depends. It depends on what your debt to income ratio is, on what your income is. It depends on what your credit history is, your work history. It can depend on a lot of things. So those interest rates can fluctuate between individual people as you're out there shopping. Of course, if you want to get a hold of a lender and you don't know one and you look, I want to talk to someone locally, you can reach out to me, phone call, text message, email. I'd be happy to get you connected there. And as we just think about 2024 and 2025, here's a constant. This has been the situation over the last few years, and it is currently not changing. Low inventory. We're still in the low 6s. Occasionally, when I do a weekly report and I throw it up on Facebook or somewhere, we can dip into the 5s. Low 6s, common. Not a lot of houses out there. Interest rates are a little high right now compared to what people have been used to. So that has slowed the market as we just got into 2025. It has kept, while supply is down, I think it has kept demand a little bit lower also because of the election, because of the interest rates. There are things that happen transitioning from 2024 into 2025 that has cooled the market a little bit. But what has the effect been on home prices? Not a ton. Home prices are still relatively high. We do see more price reductions in the MLS than we have seen in the past. We are seeing a slight increase in days on the market, but again, it really, I'm sorry, I get tired of saying it. I feel bad saying it. I feel almost like you're listening to this like, oh, all right, dude, whatever. But it does depend. You only need 2 people to have a competition. So when a house hits the market, it's priced right, it's in a good location, it's desirable for some reason, either as an investment property or as a primary residence, you still see competition out there, and you still see offers going over list price occasionally, and occasionally you see it going well over list price. 2025, I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell you exactly what's going to happen, but I would say this. I think you want to talk to an agent in the area that you're looking at for sure, but I think even nationally. I say if you're ready to list it now. there's no inventory out there, or there's low inventory out there. So be a house out there, get some buyers interested in it. So if you're ready to list, do it now. And if you're ready to buy, I say do it now too, because guess what? When that inventory does creep back up, we're going to be creeping into spring and summer, and more buyers jump back into the game, and then competition chances go up also. So, oh, look at that. That's how we're going to end this one right here. If you feel like liking this video, by all means, please do. If you feel like dropping a comment or a question, you can do that in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and do that. If you're watching this video for information or entertainment or for whatever reason, I greatly appreciate you taking the time to do it. And if I see you in Kroger, say hi to me. All right, we'll see you on the next video. We were between 3.0 and 4.1 months of sale. Well, Lynchburg is the existing, the numbers for Lynchburg on existing, and I threw in new. Well, for Lynchburg, I combine existing home sales and new home sales, but the median price for existing homes and new construction, a new home is something that it tells us that on an affordability scale, when I am talking about median homes in Lynchburg, when I'm talking about median homes in the Lynchburg, Virginia MLS, Lynchburg, what is going on right now? Without talking about interest rates? I don't think so. So let's take